Join me as I dive into the incredible stories of NBA stars who defied the odds to reach the top, and see if I can find the most inspiring comeback. The NBA is a league of giants, where the best of the best come to showcase their skills. But what we often forget is that behind every superstar there's a story of struggle, perseverance, and determination. These athletes had to overcome incredible obstacles to make it to the top. Their stories are a testament to the human spirit's ability to push through adversity. For many aspiring NBA players, the journey to success is anything but smooth sailing. Some grow up in tough neighborhoods where access to quality training facilities and coaching is scarce. Others face financial hardships, having to balance school and multiple jobs just to support their families. And then there are those who suffer devastating injuries that threaten to derail their careers before they even begin. Stephen Curry's story is a great example. He grew up in a basketball family with his father, Del Curry, being an NBA player himself. But Stephen's journey wasn't without its hurdles. Coming out of high school, he was seen as too small, too frail, and not athletic enough. Major colleges passed on him. He ended up at Davidson, a small school that didn't even have a track record of producing NBA talent. But he didn't let the doubt get to him. He worked tirelessly, refining his shooting, improving his ball handling, and developing a style that would revolutionize the game. Today he's not only considered the greatest shooter in NBA history, but also a two-time MVP and four-time NBA champion. His story is about quiet resilience, about proving everyone wrong without ever shouting it from the rooftops. Then there's Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. His journey is one of raw perseverance. Giannis was born in Greece to Nigerian immigrants, and his childhood was filled with uncertainty. His family struggled with poverty, often going days without food. He and his brothers would share sneakers, sometimes taking turns playing in the same pair. Giannis even sold items on the street with his family just to make ends meet. LeBron James, one of the greatest players to ever step on a court, also has a story shaped by adversity. Raised by a single mother in the rough neighborhoods of Akron, Ohio, LeBron's early life was filled with instability. He moved from home to home, often unsure where his next meal would come from. But he had talent, and more importantly, he had drive. Joel Embiid's story is one of near miraculous comeback. Growing up in Cameroon, Embiid originally dreamed of becoming a volleyball player. It wasn't until he was 15 that he started playing basketball. He moved to the US with barely any English, a raw skill set, and massive potential. He played only 1 year in college before declaring for the draft, but then came the setbacks. A broken foot and later a serious knee injury kept him from playing a single NBA game for his first 2 seasons. Damian Lillard is another underdog who rose through grit. He didn't go to a top-tier college, he didn't have a national spotlight, he had to fight for every ounce of recognition. Coming out of Weber State, very few believed he could be an NBA star. But Lillard was built differently. He had a chip on his shoulder and a relentless work ethic. He practiced like his life depended on it. Once he entered the league, he didn't just survive, he thrived. From buzzer-beating game winners to all-star appearances, Lillard made himself impossible to ignore. Off the court, he's also an example of balance. As a rapper, family man, and community figure, he shows that you can be multifaceted and still elite. And then there's Derrick Rose, whose story might be one of the most heartbreaking yet inspiring of all. Rose grew up in the Englewood neighborhood of Chicago, one of the toughest areas in the country. He used basketball as a shield, a way to escape the violence that surrounded him. His talent was undeniable. He became the youngest MVP in NBA history, dazzling fans with his explosive drives and acrobatic finishes. But then the injuries came. A torn ACL, multiple knee surgeries, season after season of setbacks. Many thought he was done, but Rose never gave up. He rebuilt himself, not just physically but mentally. He changed his game, refined his approach, and kept pushing forward. When he dropped 50 points in a game with the Timberwolves, fans across the world cried with him. It wasn't just about the points, it was a testament to years of pain, perseverance, and passion. Jimmy Butler too has an inspiring journey. He was kicked out of his mother's house at just 13 years old and bounced from one friend's home to another, essentially homeless throughout his teenage years. But Butler kept going. He didn't play for a flashy college or get picked early in the draft. Everything he has, he earned the hard way. And today, he's a six-time All-Star and one of the most respected leaders in the league, known for his toughness and never-back-down mentality. What's beautiful about all these stories is that they aren't just about basketball. They're about life. They remind us that failure, rejection, pain, none of it has to be the end. In fact, for many of these players, it was only the beginning. It sparked something in them, something bigger than talent, grit, heart, determination. These players' journeys are a mirror. They reflect the struggles many of us go through in our own lives. Maybe we're not chasing NBA dreams, but we're chasing something. Security, peace, recognition, happiness. And we all hit walls. What matters is how we respond when we hit them. Will we fold or will we fight? Success is not about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go. The road will be hard. There will be setbacks, critics, losses. But as these athletes have shown us, setbacks are setups for comebacks. So now I want to ask you, whose story inspired you the most? Was it Curry's quiet defiance? Giannis's rise from the streets of Athens? LeBron's climb from poverty to greatness? Or maybe Derrick Rose's emotional return to glory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. And if you're feeling motivated after hearing these stories, don't stop here. We've got more incredible journeys lined up. Stories of athletes, underdogs, and champions who refuse to quit.